There you go. There you go. You can buy a medium if you want to.
Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie. For those who don't know me, reviewing Ready to Love Season 7, Episode 3. It won't always be a review, it's just because I'm away right now and I'm gonna see if I can set up the whole life situation depending on life, okay? So until then, we're gonna do reviews, and if you see a scheduled live, that means we're good to go. If you don't, expect a review, okay? So before I get into it, as always, please make sure to like the video, subscribe and hit the bell, and leave a comment down below. So the guys are in Tommy's Tavern. I don't think he calls that anymore. I think it's the guys' lounge, whatever. Anyways, they're saying that the hardest part about dating in Miami is finding a woman of substance.
Finding a woman of true substance that's not so superficial, I think that's the toughest route right now.
It's real simple for me. Neck down, dime a dozen.
I just want to remind you that this season started with a group of men who, one of them lies about having a child. The other one is a self-proclaimed red flag. The other one only pursues women who pursue him first. And another one doesn't even date women at all. So, yeah. This week, Tommy challenges the guys to date a woman who's not typically their type. And I like that he's putting this more in the beginning, because typically we get this around mid-season, but people have already formed connections, so what's the point? So LJ takes Looney on a date. He's been talking to her here and there since she's been out for a week due to COVID. And on the date, she says that she's looking for somebody who's intentional about her.
You know, you were the first connection that was smart enough and intentional enough.
Yes, gotta be.
To get them mother digits.
Got to do it.
Okay. What I want is someone who's genuine, but I also want someone who prioritizes his relationship. I
gotta
am
be
prioritized.
Main attraction.
Okay.
Yeah,
You know, so it needs attention.
Listen, baby girl says she's the prize, okay? If you do not plan on treating her as such, save your breath. She shares more about her family history and basically says because she doesn't have a family unit anymore, she looks to her man to be her protector, to be her world.
It's important for me to be able to depend on my man if I need to. My mother passed in 2016. That was my family.
You did, okay. All my family's back home, so I could resonate with what you're feeling.
On the surface, I actually don't think this is bad. My concerns come up where if he's gonna be your everything, do you have a community to fall back on when he cannot be your everything? Sometimes you do need a sounding board that isn't your partner. Or is she gonna latch on so much to him that she neglects the community support that she already does have? You need more than just him. He cannot be your everything at all times. Shakira goes on a date with Alonzo, and she's concerned that his bachelor lifestyle will not be compatible with her and her young child.
So how's the little man?
He's good running things. He's 7, so because you're a traveling man. That honestly was one of my concerns.
If someone doesn't take me and my daughter, then you know it's a no-go for me.
Okay.
So I want to clear that up.
He did accept her reality, but I felt like he was just giving her what she wanted to hear. I didn't really see a connection between the two of them. I didn't really see him like giving ways that he would show up for her if they were to be a couple. Yes, it's early days, I understand. He doesn't even need to give her that. But I was just like, I would have liked to hear him say like, oh, these are the things that I would do to show you that you would fit well into my life. But obviously this week is going for somebody who isn't typically your type, or maybe who you haven't been drawn to so far yet. So maybe he doesn't even see a future between them. She is also salty that after they spoke at the mixer or the brunch or something like that, he didn't get the number.
Like I said, I had preconceived notions about you, and you never asked for my number. So we didn't really have an opportunity to talk.
I wanted some more time with you.
Before you get my number?
I wanted to see the connection between us.
Now I'm torn about this, okay? I'm torn because number one, I'm a girl who likes to be like I like when the guy's doing all the gestures, all the things. Like, you show me what the temperature of this relationship is gonna be, and I'ma match you, right? However, if she's already given him the notion, or if he's given her the notion that he's not interested, I'm sure she's giving that energy off in return. So what would make him want to ask for the number if he's feeling the distance between y'all, you know? If you were going to be salty about it, put some feelers out there to have him ask the question, you know? Just say, oh man, I really love talking to you. It would just be a shame if we lost this momentum, whatever. Some kind of sowing of seeds that gives him the opportunity to ask, instead of just being salty that he didn't ask, but you were also giving him vibes that you weren't interested. Samson chooses Charisse to go on a date with, and you know, he likes women who pursue him first. So he was annoyed a little bit that Charisse was distracted in their first interaction.
Charisse did not give me the proper eye contact.
What's the cheer?
I'm very sorry. Let me get that for you.
Thank you.
Of course, of course. What do you do to stay in shape?
I've naturally been like that. My mom was thick when she was my age, and my cornbread, all the food from off the farm, you know.
I mean, she's definitely engaged this time around, but I don't know if it was just me. I felt like this laugh was so forced. I felt like it was one of those corporate meetings where you just need to laugh at your boss's jokes in order to get in his good books. This is what it felt like. It felt very contrived. It didn't feel natural at all. Maybe that's just Charisse. I don't know, because she said the date was good. He also said the date was good. I just didn't feel it between them. Charisse asked Samson about his father because she hears a lot about the family, but the dad doesn't really come up. And he shares that he actually passed away in a car accident.
Where's your dad?
In
I
heaven.
don't hear you mention anything
He's up
about your
there.
dad. Okay.
Told you he's Persian. Met my mother in college. She's Christian, he was Zoroastrian. They married for love.
How does she feel about the relationship thing with you?
She would love to see me get married. I think it's always a pleasure to be around someone that makes you feel.
So you're feeling me.
I'm feeling you.
She said that their goals and their ambitions in life matched up, but I didn't get that. I wish we saw a part of that conversation. It felt like they talked more about upbringing than actual compatibility between the two of them. Of course, not every date needs to be super deep. Let's get into the, will you fit in my life? Will I fit in yours? It would have been nice to see what she's exactly talking about. I didn't see them talk about goals at all. I didn't see them talk about life expectations and what they bring to the table. I hate that phrase, but just for lack of a better term, we're going to use that for now. And I chalk that up to Own, because it seems like Own didn't really do them justice on this date. So yeah, maybe there was more going on. We just didn't get to see it. Mike is on a group date with Looney, Swayze, Charisse, Justice, Kayla, and April. And this is clearly April's wheelhouse. Mike has plans on getting Kayla's guard down, and he also admits that he had his guard up with her as well.
Definitely guarded on both sides. So it's going there. We're just playing tug of war conversation at this point.
I don't want to step on no heads, though.
Don't worry about anyone. Just worry about this.
What's that, man?
We didn't get to see much of their conversation because Miss April came out of nowhere, hijacked this entire date, and Kayla barely got a word in. And even during the interaction, Mike wasn't able to balance the two women. Y'all, first of all, I'll be damned if I'm trying to give a man attention and there's another woman's legs on him. Like, how? Girl. Anyways, it's not about me. Swayze, was it Swayze who came and interrupted? He did take Kayla away and she was relieved.
I don't know, it became intense. So Swayze came and saved the day and took me the F out of there, because I'm like, what are y'all arguing about?
I'm noticing that April has this takeover spirit, and I feel like she needs a guy who's going to be okay with that. She needs a guy who's going to not want to compete with her in terms of dominance in a relationship. I don't even know if she wants to be dominant. I think she's just is so exuberant that it does take up a lot of space in a room, you know? But yeah, I think Mike is not the type to feed into her takeover spirit, and anyone who does, I just feel like it's gonna have the potential to get worse. April is coming off very desperate. I have to give her the benefit of the doubt. The ratio of men to women was off, not in her favor. But I mentioned before in our watch parties that she pursues these emotionally unavailable men. So her going for a guy who's already expressed to her, in more words or less, that he's not interested, why is she trying to dive more into it?
Hello, how you doing?
I'm wonderful. How you? I could tell she wasn't really that happy about it, but you think I hesitated? Please, I'm trying to talk to this guy. Mike had said things to me that led me to believe that he wasn't interested. I'm not about to force or press or lean or pull.
Now, April, how are you gonna say, I'm not gonna press, I'm not gonna force, I'm not gonna blah, 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 and you're literally doing all those things? In this moment, you are pressing up on the man. You are forcing the man. Like, girl, maybe oh, this is gonna sound so bad, especially because I know how y'all feel when I come for these older people in these dating shows, right? But anyways, I feel like maybe she doesn't have a lot of dating experience, you know? Because you only have to tell me once that you're not interested in me. That's the end of that. But I think maybe she doesn't experience rejection a lot, or doesn't experience having to have conversations that are uncomfortable, allowing herself to get deep, just allowing conversation to flow rather than her just taking over. Maybe she's a novice in that, and that's why this process isn't really working for her. Swayze and Kayla have a short conversation, and she asks him, what within yourself would you want to change?
Mr. Swayze is just perfect over here.
Never said that. I'm always getting better.
I'm just joking.
I know, I'm just saying.
Okay.
I spend too much money.
If you work hard, you want to play hard.
Yeah.
I'm here for that.
I don't know if you guys have noticed, but there's something about Kayla that puts these men on the defense. Like, what is it? If one of you guys know, please let me know in the comments, because she'll say something and it'll be a little, just a little push. I don't think she's being too aggressive with her questioning, but the guys are like on the defense when it comes to her, and I wonder where that comes from. Mike and Charisse are both aware that they don't share that romantic connection, but Charisse says that her hesitation is because Mike has baggage.
Charisse called my kids baggage. I'm like, wow, we 45 years old and still acting like this.
So you saying
But
kids
listen,
baggage?
I don't have any kids.
Why?
Because it wasn't good timing.
That's
I
a
just
red
haven't
flag
been
for
there.
me.
I want to get married for the first time with someone who's never been married, who's never had a baby.
One thing I will never understand, it, is why people get so hyped up when somebody doesn't match what they're looking for. If he has baggage and that's not what you're with, that's okay, just back off. If she's not what you're looking for, she's not your preference, that's okay, back off. Like, what? Why they're both getting a little heated, I don't fully understand. However, I do have to give Mike the benefit of the doubt, because Charisse, how do you expect to date people in their late 40s, early 50s, never married or have children? Make it make sense, babe. Make it make sense, because a lot of people, no offense, would be looking at you and be saying the same thing, like, why are you not married with children? And that's not an expectation for everybody, but if you're looking at that from other people, like, the reverse can be used against you. That's just my opinion. And also, I'm not even going to consider Mike's history as baggage per se, especially when you think of the past people we've had on the show, the Dantes of the world, the Rays. I think his name was Ray, the guy with the 5 kids and different mamas. I would take Mike. Randall chooses Trinika to go on a date with. However, they've already been vibing, so you were supposed to pick somebody who isn't typically your type. I feel like this was cheating.
You wanna go with me when I go get the x-ray?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, you gonna hold my hand if I cry?
The whole thing.
Let's practice. You nervous?
A little bit.
Don't be trying to play pussy with me.
Just trying to get closer.
So far, Trinika has been the only woman who I perceive as being flirty and open, and, you know, at least in this episode. I think Shakira has it too, but we haven't seen much of Shakira in this episode, right? I'm like, Trinika, April needs to have a conversation with you, because, man, she's good. They have a conversation about past relationships, and Randall asks Trinika if she's ready to get back in the dating scene.
What I did was a lot of healing work, self-reflection, made my solo dates more extravagant.
The way she responded to the questions that I was asking, like, she didn't sugarcoat anything.
I'm looking for a partnership. You look out for me, I look out for you. We make our relationship the way we want to make our relationship.
She kind of noticed that I was a little nervous and calmed me down, you know, with body language. It was a very good situation.
Trinika, whenever you drop that Art of Seduction book, let a sister know. Oh, she's so good, you guys. Damn. There's another group date between Mike, Kadian, Swayze, and Brandy. Mike says that he stayed in his relationship, his marriage, a year after knowing that it wasn't quite gonna work for him. He says that right now they are on good terms. I mean, I don't think he would have a reason to lie about that, so I'm gonna believe him for now. He also asked Kadian if she's open to dating, because she seems a little bit uptight.
Uptight? What's uptight mean? Because you said uptight, didn't know what I mean. Uptight that's definitely not me, because I'm so free-spirited. Well, I'm not an ass like that. Being uptight, I am an ass, but not in an uptight, like pricky, bougie. No, that's not me.
You're absolutely uptight. Absolutely. What is with this season? Everybody is so combative. Is this the temperature in Miami. Oh my gosh, like everybody's on guard, on defense, just ready to bite back. Man, I'm scared for this season. In retaliation to the uptight comment, she actually thinks Mike is the one who's uptight.
You seem uptight now that we talking about uptight. You're definitely like more reserved, introvert.
What she feels because I'm not saying anything. Me not saying anything is just I don't want to hear what she has to say.
Based off what we have seen, or maybe what I have seen, because I'm very biased to Mike if you couldn't tell already, I feel like he opens up with people that he feels comfortable with, and Kaden is just not that girl. Brandy has had her eye on Mike for a while now, and she interjects this conversation so she could have some time with him.
What's up, Big Mike?
You ain't greet me.
I mean,
I'm trying to like connect and, you know.
oh, I'm like, who you trying to connect with? Y'all was connecting.
But you never been like in a relationship where you felt like, you know, that was the right one, right?
No.
She said that she's looking for her person, but if you do remember, she said that past relationships have failed because she exhibits behavior of a woman with a title, even though in that relationship she didn't have a title, or she didn't get the reciprocation of the actions that she was putting into the relationship, right? So she would do girlfriend duties without actually being claimed as a girlfriend, right? So I have that concern a little bit with this situation. She hasn't been connecting with a lot of people. It seems like it's mainly Mike. Mike has noticed it as well, and he's like, why haven't you been scooped up yet?
Why nobody would want to either, you know, take you serious or...
You think I'm crazy?
No, I don't think you're crazy.
I mean, nobody said that, but now I have questions. Kadian and Swayze are playing hard to get, but it seems to work for them.
Should have been saved me.
Man, don't try. You got so much game.
No.
I was happy to be over there.
No, okay.
Where you been at? You miss me or what?
Nope.
Damn. I'm about to hit a bullseye for that.
I want to see more from Kadian. I really do. I feel like up until this point, her conversations are either surface level or a full-on interrogation. I feel like there could be a middle ground. At the men's lounge, the guys basically say that the dates that they went on with their person who wasn't their typical type have strengthened that relationship, which means LJ has competition with Justice.
Oh man, here we go. Justice with the disruption in, you know, what I'm trying to build. But, you know, I'm here for the process and we're gonna see how it goes.
I've been wondering what happened between Justin's connection with April. Yeah, I've been wondering what's happening between him and April. And when a lot of the men were putting her in his bottom, he didn't seem to have a rebuttal.
I'm not feeling that at all. Tell me something to make me feel like I should give you some type of conversation.
I want to pursue a woman that makes me want to chase her, and I don't want to chase April.
Poor April. Man, the lady is out here putting her energy in men that just couldn't care less. Damn, April, damn. This is the greatest casualty because I feel like she's such a sweet person. She's stunning. She's grown. She seems to be about her business, a very like well curated individual, but she's just not taking to the process, you know? And in terms of the rebuttal thing, it seemed like a lot of the guys weren't saying anything, or production chose to cut out the conversational piece where the other guys are trying to vouch for their girl. But yeah, April's down there at the bottom. Kaden is there as well. They have their dates, and Kadian's constructive criticism is that she's just so harsh.
I feel like they don't want to be interrogated.
Well, maybe they should learn how to lead.
What?
Yeah, I'm a strong person, so I'm okay because I don't want a weak man.
The criticism for April was that she isn't really having a romantic spark with the guys in the house, and she admits that integrating has been hard for her.
Personalities and stories and experiences.
It's a lot to get adjusted to.
It is a lot.
They didn't get that extra, what you call it, je ne sais quoi, or whatever you call it.
Between the two of them, I feel like the person who should have gone home, if you ask me, would have been Kadian, just because she was damn near everybody's bottom. And it seems like her approach to dating is like, you need to be that tough person as well. And with it being so fresh, with it being so many people in the mix, I think it's hard to have the personality that she has and find somebody who's open to just waiting it out, waiting for her to soften up, because there's other options. Why am I gonna wait for you when there's bare people over here to explore, right? But ultimately they decided that she's gonna have a second chance. April says that she wouldn't have done anything different because that would have been inauthentic. I feel like her greatest issue was just giving herself full on, just too quick. It was too much out of the gate. Maybe if she would have provided who she is authentically in doses, people would have taken the time to really get to know her, not feel like she's just taking over all the conversations, not allowing guys to really pursue her if they wanted to. This is why I feel like she maybe is not so experienced in dating as much as everybody else. That could be a reach. Y'all let me know. Next week's episode, there's going to be another mixer. I like this. I like when they put the people in a group. It shows you where people's intentions are. It shows you who's really going to step to the plate when there's competition in the room. I love it. Again, I'll let you know if it's going to be a watch party or not. Just keep your eye on the channel, okay? As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one.